Are there any videos I regret posting? I'm gonna Hi, I'm Lauren Gray, and I'm here with 17 for Red Receipts. This is basically phone truth or dare. I can choose to either reply to an embarrassing question or hit ignore and show you guys something from my phone, which is very scary. I don't want anyone in my business. What TikTok trend makes me cringe? So let me think about that. I don't know. I guess I'll choose to ignore it because I don't really have an answer. It is, so I make the same video like 40 times. So a lot of my TikTok drafts are just the same video over and over and over again, but this one's me playing Wordle. I did it on the wrong account, so I had to redo it on my other account. What celeb has slid into my DMs? I'm gonna reply to this one because this one actually upsets me. Mask The Slump God messaged me on Twitter and said, hey, and I didn't see it until a year later, and he's one of my favorite rappers, and I was so sad. And I replied like a year and a half late, and I still haven't gotten a reply. So Ski Mask, if you see this, I did answer. Do I have a Finsta? I'm gonna reply to this. I do. I have maybe 4 followers. I just post photo dumps so that I can go back and look at things. I get so many new phones that my camera roll gets flooded pretty quick, so I like to have somewhere to put the pictures that matter to me. When was the last time I cried? I'm gonna reply to that. I cried like a week or 2 ago because I was sitting in my room listening to Taylor Swift and planning my friend's 21st birthday, and I was overwhelmed with happiness and cried. Have I ever been starstruck? I'm gonna reply. I've definitely been excited to meet people. Meeting Taylor Swift was a big one. Meeting Paul McCartney was really crazy. There's been a few times where I've been in awe, but I wouldn't say I didn't know what to say. I have a lot to say when I meet people that I really love. What's the hardest part about making new music? I'm gonna reply to this. For me, especially with this last project, it would definitely be, I have a hard time processing my emotions, and that's like a key part of making music. I feel like that was the hardest part for me, but now that I've sort of gotten over that hurdle, it's a lot easier now. It's become more therapeutic. So when was the last time I lied? I don't know. I feel like I probably lie all the time, to be honest. I don't know. I can't remember, so I'm just gonna ignore that. What's the last thing I Googled? There's a few. I Googled the Pamela Anderson documentary, and I Googled Billboard Women in Music because I'm going and I wanted to know who was going, and Lana Del Rey is going, so I needed to know that information. What is my biggest insecurity? I'll reply to this. I feel like I'm just can be overwhelming for some people, and then I push people like I'm afraid, which isn't really an insecurity, but I think it's based out of insecurity because sometimes I just feel like I'm too abrasive. Like I'm a lot to handle. What am I most proud of at the moment? I'm gonna reply. It would have to be my album. I've been working on it for 2 years and it's finally coming out. I finally got my music to a place that I'm really, really excited about for the first time ever. And I'm most proud of myself for being single because I have a hard time with that for some reason. Are there any videos I regret posting? I'm gonna reply to this. I would say no, because I started social media when I was very young. I was 13 and I was silly and I was stupid, but I feel like those things made me who I am today, so I wouldn't take it back. Who was the last person who left me on red? I'm gonna reply to this. My dad. To be fair, I wasn't really giving him much. I just sent laughing, crying emojis, so he didn't answer, but he did leave me on red. What is something I'd never do again? I'm gonna choose to ignore this one. There's a lot. Just give me a minute. Sorry. It's just me with a Red Bull. With my hairstylist. What is my favorite song that I've released so far? I'm gonna reply to this. It's gotta be the most recent single off the album, which is Told You So. It's just a really fun song. I had a really fun time writing it and making it with my friends. I also love the music video. What are 3 things that I love about myself? I'm gonna reply, because I can't just strictly hate on myself. I love how hard I work. There's a lot of things that I'm not naturally good at. I'm not a naturally good singer. I'm not a naturally good dancer, but I work really hard on things that I'm passionate about. I think I'm a really good friend and I care a lot about other people. And I would say how much I value being true to myself. I feel like there's been a lot of hurdles in my career and my personal life that have sort of swayed me in one direction or the other, but I've always done what keeps me truest to myself, if that makes sense. What's my grossest habit? I'll reply. I really like digging under my nails because I get like makeup under my nails, so I like to clean underneath my nails, but I do it like without realizing. I like scrape under my nails. I like the underneath of my nails being clean. So I feel like that's less of a gross habit, but more now I do it without like thinking about it. I just do it subconsciously. Is that gross? I don't know. I feel like it's like clean. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and 17. Make sure to check out my new single, Told You So. It's out now. My debut album, Guilty, comes out April 21st, and tickets to come see me on my headline tour are out right now.